Rookie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this feed. It is Tuesday, April the 8th, 9:01 a.m. This is live with Frankie. Happy Taco Tuesday. It's hard for one to maintain a healthy lifestyle when all we have in the city of Brownsville is tacos. Nonetheless, that is the daily struggle that we all deal with day in and day out. You know the routine. Make sure you like our Facebook page, Frankie Olivo. If you prefer YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We are streaming this feed live on both platforms. Any like, any comment, any share of yours really helps our page grow. The way the internet works, it's a science behind it. You have to catch algorithms. Algorithms are what expands one's reach and allows more viewership, which encourages us to create more content. And again, bloopers. I need a production team because this is getting a little bit overwhelming, but hopefully one day we'll make it big. We're trying to catch the algorithm wave. The way it works is for every like, every comment, every share that you give me, it allows other people to see this feed. So if you would like to contribute, be part of the cause, that is all I ask of you. Make sure you like, comment, share the page. Also, you can send me stars through Facebook. It helps me, it motivates me to create more and more content. And again, you are watching the best podcast in the world, according to my mother. But thank you so much for tuning in. We have an interesting topic for today, one that hasn't really made much attention. Right today, April the 8th, we are 2 weeks away from early voting. I was speaking previously about how it seems as if there hasn't been much hoopla about our city elections. We have had Danny Salinas from Brownsville Tech Live. He's done a great job of inviting the candidates, speaking about their platform, their goals, and what vision they have for the city of Brownsville. But other than that, the news, the Herald, yes, they've touched on it, but it doesn't seem as if we are right around the corner from elections. I'm used to having debates, having town halls. I remember when the university used to have these type of debates. It's good because it lets you see what's out there. We need to vet our candidates as much as possible, but we haven't been getting that. It is our goal here next week, starting on Tuesday and Wednesday. We will be starting a mini debate. This invitation goes out to each and every candidate that is running for the city commission for the city of Brownsville. We will be inviting each to participate, to take part in this debate town hall. I just want to get all the candidates live on the tube. That way they can talk to our constituents, let them know how they see the direction Brownsville is going, but ultimately why we should vote for them. I'm doing this because, again, I don't see the Herald, I don't see the university doing this. I think it would be great right before early voting, a week away from early voting, for us, the constituents, to hear from the candidates. And again, Brownsville Tech Live has been doing a great job of interviewing each candidate. What I want to do is I want to have them all in the same um, on the same tube at the same place to talk about their differences, what they have to bring to the table. So we are 2 weeks away from early voting, but again, we haven't heard much. It hasn't gotten much traction. Usually, it's everybody waits until after Christmas to really ramp it up and really start working. We haven't had that. We have had several candidates have meet and greets. They've had little events for their campaign. Mr. Moody just recently had one at the bowling alley, candidate for an at-large position. Commissioner De Los Santos is having one at Barbie for a karaoke event. The 9th, tomorrow, the 9th, he will be having his event. But other than that, it's been kind of slow in the news, hasn't it? You would think that these candidates would be pouring the newspapers, social medias. Maybe it's me. And now admit, at the start of 2025, my mind and my heart were on more important matters. I think now I'm just starting to get into the groove of things, but even then, I'm still like, I haven't heard much from these candidates. I don't even know what their platforms are. Shouts out to Brownsville Tech Live for bringing that attention to us. So next week we will be having a mini debate. The invitation goes out to each and every candidate. We want our viewers to hear how you see Brownsville in its current condition, what goals you have, what your experience do you have, but ultimately, why us, the voters, should vote for you. So hopefully I'll be reaching out to the candidates this week to try and set something up. Same normal time, same Batman hour, same Batman channel here at 9 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Another interesting topic that hasn't been in the news as of late has been the venue. I had somebody call me this weekend and say, "Hey, Frankie, what the heck is the venue? It says vote for the venue, but I'm not too aware or too familiar with that. Could you enlighten me? Could you let me know what this is?" This will be the third time that the Cameron County Arena will be up on the ballot, and both times it failed narrowly. You're talking about 55-45%. It's just something very, very close. The first two times that the Cameron County Arena was up for the voters to decide, it got lots of attention. We had my former predecessor being a bit advocate of saying no. The news media, Channel 4, Channel 5, ran clips, did stories of many people for it, many people against it. Today, I want to talk about the arena, the venue. Do we really need an arena? I anticipate that this arena venue will pass this time. Now, before you say, he's bought. I think it will pass because it has not gotten as much attention. And also, they're playing with words because, again, we're familiar with the Cameron County Arena. Do we really know what the Cameron County venue is? It's the same thing. But nobody has clarified that. So for a friend, for a family member to call me over the weekend and say, "What's the venue?" And I like to think of myself as being well informed, of working the phones, of keeping tabs of what is going on. And again, at the start of 2025, my family and I were occupied. I really wasn't focused on politics, on what was happening. But a lot of people are not even aware that this is up in the May election. That is something that I would like to talk about today. Cameron County Arena / venue. Will it pass? I anticipate it will. But does it benefit us moving forward? I still need to do my taxes, Frankie. Cutting it close on that deadline for sure. The 25th. The 25th is the last day for individuals, business owners, entrepreneurs to file their taxes. Yeah, although there is an extension that one could request if you are close to that deadline. Make sure you stop by with Linda Castro. She can help you with your tax services and needs. But we could ask for an extension. Good morning. They can't let it go. Vela, this is the third time. This is the third time that it's up for re-election. As the saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Is this something to where maybe there's a legal question? How many times could a proposition go up before the voters before it cancels out? Because again, this is the third time. Are you aware that we'll be voting for the third time in regards to this arena? Where do they want to put it? In a flood area? The arena, if I'm not mistaken, will be located in North Brownsville. I know they want to call it Central Brownsville. This is Madeira. Madeira is a new development that the city of Brownsville annexed. I believe they contributed $90 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. The arena, the venue, will be located in close proximity to Madeira. Madeira right now is under development, hundreds of acres, where they will be a new hub. They will have restaurants, plazas, entertainment. And when we think about Brownsville, everything is growing. Everything is growing to the north. It seems as if we're pumping our money into downtown Brownsville, but in reality, when we look at the bigger picture, West Brownsville needs a lot of work. South Most needs a lot of work. Us by the airport, we need a lot of work. But Brownsville is growing towards Los Fresnos. So where is this arena going to be located? It's going to be located in North Brownsville, right next to the Madeira development. Now, why? Why do we need, Vela? Why do we need an arena? When we think about entertainment, when we think about venues, the first thing that comes to mind is the Payne Arena in Edinburgh. They bring celebrities, big name celebrities, artists from all genres. And we have seen how people from here, from Brownsville, from Cameron County, travel to Edinburgh. They could possibly rent a hotel because of them consuming alcohol, and they might stay and impact their economy. They might go to a restaurant before or after. So people do spend money. Our leaders are really pushing for this arena venue because they state that it will impact the economy. It will provide jobs. No longer will we be needing to go to Edinburgh for our source of entertainment. That Brownsville now will keep its money in-house. Now, how many concerts do you think we go to? And again, Payne Arena in Edinburgh does a great job of promoting itself. And they don't have a problem, if I'm not mistaken, they don't have a problem of selling out. We've had artists such as Karim León, Fuerza Régida, Tito Doble P. I think even Peso Pluma was here not too long ago. Big name celebrities. Well, and they command a handsome salary, but they have no trouble selling out these venues. Is this something that would benefit Brownsville of having a Payne Arena here locally? Many argue and say, well, look at the Look at the Brownsville Event Center. It never gets rented out. The Brownsville Event Center at one time was expected to be the place where, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, where quinceañeras were held, weddings. It was a venue for the city of Brownsville that they were going to be able to profit from it. Well, there's a lot of other venues, cheaper venues here locally. If we're talking about the competition to the Brownsville Event Center, we have the we have a Cameron Park venue, a little plaza where people go to. I think I've gone to a party. I think my family has held a party there. There's much cheaper areas, much cheaper locations than the Brownsville Event Center. Do we really need an event center? Could we see this idea thrive? The arena is a joke already. Crap leadership keeps trying to force things down our throats. I mean, they already gave away Boca Chica. What's next? Does it feel like that, Luis? Does it feel as if our politicians are saying, you know what? No. You got this wrong, voters. Not once, but twice. This is something that you need. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Take it. You need this. It's like the medicine, right? Me growing up, I would hate taking medicine. But they would say, it's for your good. Take the medicine. Open your mouth. You'll feel better. Is this something that the politicians are trying to run down our throats, shove down our throats, as Rodriguez says? Did we already give away Boca Chica? Are we bending over for big corporations, big money, big contracts? Is that what it feels like? Good morning, Mr. Moody. And again, have you heard much about the arena? I recently heard about it. Again, my mind was in other places at the start of 2025. And just last month, somebody said, hey, are you aware that the arena's up again? And I said, really? For the third time? They said, yes. But the money? That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about, because they do make a valid argument, chat, because they say that no taxpayer funds will be used from this. And I want to show a short clip of a few years ago of what our Cameron County judge had to say about this.
Emotions among residents.
The campaign efforts are strong, but is it strong enough to make it happen? NBC 23's Adam Cardona has more.
The growth is inevitable. I think that the arena is going to be great. That's a source of entertainment for everybody that lives in the valley.
It helps the businesses, you know, and we can have a lot more people coming here.
Pienso que si el gobierno o la comunidad ya pensó en traer esta idea es porque tienen todo planeado. So yo apoyo totalmente que nuestro comercio crezca.
Those are just some Cameron County residents sharing their thoughts on the proposed Cameron County Arena, an approximately $100 million project that's on the ballot for a second try.
One of the comments or criticisms that was received in the fall when this was first presented was that they felt, many people that are in favor of it felt that the county didn't inform or do a good job of informing the public.
Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr. says the first run on the ballot was last November and fell short by 55 votes. He says he's confident people are standing behind the project and is addressing some of the community's concerns.
There is no plan at all to utilize any type of general fund or property tax revenues for this project.
He says he hopes the developer and venue taxes will pay 15 to 30% of the project, but adds additional funds could be funded through a public-private partnership and by seeking additional public funding through the state and federal government through potential grants.
And I want to make clear that the county cannot spend and does not spend any public funds to advocate one way or the other.
But a group of supporters has been using social media and other avenues to promote the proposed project, and the Cameron County Republican Party is raising concerns about their process.
In their most recent campaign finance report, which covered the time period between March 1st and March 28th, they reported spending and receiving no money whatsoever.
Mark McCaig is the Cameron County Republican Party's general counsel. He says after investigating the group behind a social media and website campaign, it raises questions about the project and its transparency.
We don't know that this arena will be able to pay for itself. I think there's a lot of evidence out there that points to the fact that it probably won't be.
McCaig says he feels there's uncertainty about the project's economic viability and its outcome. But Judge Trevino says
it should be a community issue as opposed to an election issue. We think it's a win-win for the community, and we hope that the residents and voters of Cameron County will support it.
Putting local first in Cameron County, I'm Adam Cardona.
Is this a win? A win-win for Cameron County? Tucker has a question. Yeah, but the money? According to Cameron County Judge, no public funds, no taxpayer money will contribute to this project. The funds will come from the visitor tax. I'm assuming car rentals, hotels, airports. That is how they plan on building this project. Now, it's one thing for us to think about entertainment. Vela makes an interesting point. What about our drainage infrastructure? Well, that money, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, that money cannot be used for anything else if it's not to increase tourism. The visitor's tax, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. But is this a win-win situation for Cameron County? Are we seeing our tax, our money go to Payne Arena? Our Cameron County residents, are we losing money and they're going to spend it in Hidalgo County? What would happen if we build an arena, chat? Will we be keeping the money in-house? Will people from Los Fresnos, McAllen, Edinburgh, will they travel down to Brownsville? Will they spend money here? Will they get a hotel? Will they go to restaurants? Will they go to our local bars, establishments, and spend money? Stop traveling out of Cameron County to attend a concert. Let's bring the concert to us. Is it a win-win situation? The other interesting thing that Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino stated was that it wasn't going to affect our taxes. My question to you, the voters, my question to you, the constituents, is, doesn't it affect us in our pocketbooks in some sort of way? Now, let me explain. We pay property taxes on, gosh, it seems like if it's a never-ending cycle. We pay taxes to the school district, to the port, to South Texas ISD, to this, to that, right? We're bound to get our statement for this upcoming year for our property taxes. Will this increase the value of neighboring neighborhoods because of the arena? And again, you're talking about a project that's in the hundreds of millions of dollars, in the millions and millions of the Rock fans. You're talking about 100, possibly $200 million. And you know how they lowball it. They say, oh, it's only going to come out to 100 million. But when it comes down to it, those contractors say, well, we quoted 100. It's really 175. That's how it goes, right? They always scrape off a little bit more and more and more. But correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Doesn't this affect our pocketbooks? Because even though these monies aren't coming from the taxpayers per se, it's not coming from county funds, even though it is coming from the visitor's tax, us taxpayers, we're still going to feel it. Why? Because my house is going to be worth a little bit more. I'm going to have to pay taxes for that entity, for that arena. Why? Because it's saying that it's going to revitalize the economy and it's going to make my my property value go up. So ultimately, what am I going to do? Or what am I going to see? I'm going to see an increase in my property value, which increases my taxes. That is how I see it. And again, I'm a layman. I am not well versed in taxes, but that is how I understand it. Does anybody else feel something different about it? I'm all in favor of thinking outside the box. One thing that I also have an issue with, Vela, where in a flood-prone area, I'm not sure if it's a flood-prone area. I'm sure they will work on the infrastructure to work on the drainage in the surrounding areas to make sure as much as possible that that area is not flood-prone. It is in central. Central Brownsville. My issue with this, chat, my issue with this is San Benito. San Benito is in the works. I'm not sure if they have already, but they wanted to build a convention center. They want to build an arena. San Benito, El Ranchito de San Benito is going to build an arena. You have Los Fresnos CISD that recently built a 1,000 people auditorium. Los Fresnos, the little rancho that is Los Fresnos that my family's from. It's like what, a population of 2,000 on paper, 3,000. It's probably more to closer to 10, but closer to 5 for sure. Los Fresnos has an auditorium. Here at TSC, we have an auditorium, a beautiful auditorium. What's going to happen if we build an arena? Is that going to affect San Benito? Is that going to affect Los Fresnos? Los Fresnos probably not. It's for sure going to affect TSC, and it's for sure going to affect BISD. I'm a big proponent in giving our theater arts, our band, our concert, our those in performing arts, for them to get their own venue. That is my only issue with the passing of this venue, because best believe, chat, best believe, if this venue / arena is passed, BISD is not going to get a performing arts center. There's no way. Why? Because they're just going to say, well, why don't you use the venue? We'll charge you, but we'll use it, but you can use it. Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino did speak at a BISD board meeting, or I'm not sure it was a board meeting. He spoke before BISD board members. And one of the questions by board member Ortiz was, can we use it for graduation? If I'm not mistaken. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, and I had it here. I don't know if I could bring it up. I think I'm going to bring it up just so I won't get wrong. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, you said that this and this and this. And I think he asked them, can we use it for graduation? And I think I'll let the video decide. And I think it was stated that he said kind of like, well, you know, I can't guarantee that y'all can use it, but kind of alluding to, well, we'll charge you for it. Take a listen.
Third time that would come to a vote. Was that correct, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you mentioned that it would certainly benefit BISD as well if this was to take place. Would there be a cost to BISD to use this multipurpose arena?
We want to provide certain community events. Obviously, the county is not planning on running the arena. We will be looking at a public-private partnership once we make sure that we determine everything. And the venue tax is part and parcel of the potential financing mechanism that's going to be utilized. The venue tax, as we sit here today, will continue to be collected for the foreseeable future until the county decides that it no longer wants it. So because we've already had those two projects, the Isla Blanca and the South Texas Ecotourism Center already constructed and operating, those venue taxes right now can only be used for those two particular projects. So the approval is what the state mandates in order to make sure that the local populace has a say in what the potential use of the venue tax is.
Okay, so just for clarification purposes again, if it does happen, BISD.
I wasn't too convinced. And I did learn that also the monies, revenues generated by Isla Blanca also contributes to that. We're in a situation, chat, where it's kind of like we're damn if we do, we're damn if we don't. Because again, Isla Blanca generates a lot of money, especially now with SpaceX and the launching of the rockets, where people come from all over the world. Mayor Cowan alluded to Brownsville seeing $100 million of tourism in 2024. So just imagine, Isla Blanca coffers are banking. They want to use that money, those funds, to build an arena. Is it in our best interest to have an arena? Don't you think that something like this grand and magical area would benefit the constituents? Or would it benefit just a few? Tucker says, I'm willing to set it off for a little bit of money. I love money. Show me the money. I love money. Show me the money. That makes two of us, brother. It will be on the ballot until it passes. That's the way it seems like, right? You don't know what's it's like that parent. It's like that parent growing up. Es porque tú no sabes. Tú eres joven. Tú todavía no entiendes. I remember they always just tell me that. You're an idiot. You're a kid. You don't know what's right for you. Take this. This is right for you. It will be on the ballot until it passes. Again, this is the third time, chat, that it's up to the voters. The first two times, it narrowly got shot down. Down. Is third time the charm? There hasn't been too much hoopla about this. There have been people that have been posting and things like that, but the media isn't behind this arena no more of promoting or either on either side. By the county changing the name from Cameron County Arena to the venue, if you're not up to date with local politics, if you don't tune in every day, Monday through Friday with Live with Frankie, you probably wouldn't know what the heck the venue is. It's the same thing. They just put lipstick on a pig. At the end of the day, it's still a pig. All paid for their comments. Count Dracula. I want to suck your blood. Have Musk pay for it. He's going to end up with Boca Chica either way. And while you're at it, he can pay for drainage improvements. Sarcasm, by the way. I think Elon Musk has had enough. I think Elon Musk saw how our politicians, he didn't like the way they operated. He donated $10 million to the city of Brownsville. The city of Brownsville spent $2 million or a large sum of money into light poles. Those light poles came out defective. I think Elon Musk saw that and he was like, oh my God. They paid for murals as well, where people were pissed off because they got a painter from California to do a mural. I think it was Pepto Wall, if I'm not mistaken. So Elon Musk saw, hey, man, I gave you all $10 million and what you do and how you spend it is on a wall and light fixtures? Really? And he took back the money. According to Brownsville Tech Live, Danny Salinas, he recouped $8 million and he said, no, I've had enough. That is why he is incorporating his own city. You think he wants to deal with our politicians? Why deal with our politicians when he himself could establish his own? He's going to establish his own city, his own mayor, his own council, his own law enforcement. They're going to build a hospital. Already in the works is a plaza shopping center, over $30 million. They're going to build a $20 million school. Now visualize that. You think Elon Musk wants anything to do with us? Hell no. He saw how we're crabs in the bucket. And us Mexicans, I hate to say this, but we're always like, quiero feria, dame feria. Necesito más. It's never enough. Too much money ain't enough money. You know the Fed's listening. What money? It seems that way, Rafa. But why would Elon Musk want anything to do with it? A friend did state, you know what? I wish Musk would buy Brownsville. said, well, it might be good for the city, but he doesn't want to deal with our politicians. So it would be cheaper for him just to create his own star base. How will Arena be funded? Arena will be funded with the visitors tax, hotels, car rentals, Isla Blanca, the beach accesses. Those funds are, in my mind, right now, just waiting to be used. And Judge Eddie Trevino stated, hey, well, we have this. Might as well put it to use. It'll create jobs. It'll benefit the community. Look at the developers in that area. They all have ties to it, Frankie. Come on now, just admit it. What do we do again? Higher local taxes once they come in. And that is something that, that we've stated. Who will benefit from this? Madeira. Again, they just incorporated Madeira. I'm not sure if incorporated is the right word. Annexed is a better word, probably. That the city of Brownsville annexed a $90 million project. Who's it going to benefit? It's going to benefit Madeira. Madeira is promising individuals. This is the new Rancho Viejo. This is the new Rancho Viejo. Growing up, I thought Rancho Viejo was nothing but rich people. Oh, it is. But it was like, ugh, tú vives en Bronzeville. O sea, yo vivo en Rancho Viejo. Yo juego golf en Diablo y Ángel. O sea, y tú juegas en el country club. Ugh, qué asco. Pobre. Growing up, I remember that. My ex-wife lived in Rancho Viejo, and I was like, you own these houses? Wow. I grew up in the projects off of food stamps. Who's going to benefit? Yellow? Madeira. Again, this is going to be right next to their development, 100 acres. And if we remember, or we can close our eyes, they anticipate that this is going to be a gem. Is this what our voters need? Is this something that our politicians are shoving down our throats? Because again, we don't know better. We don't know what's good for us. Politicians know what's good for us. They went so much as to change the name. Do we need this in North Brownsville? Is it going to benefit you? Aren't you tired of having to pay tax after tax after tax after tax? No, hombre, no acabamos. By the time I'm done, I'm lucky if I have $5 for a burger and a Coke. Be lucky. You're absolutely right. It is going to benefit. It is going to benefit a few people. Would it benefit you and I? Would it benefit us individuals? Would it save us money in the long run? Instead of going to Edinburgh? The self-serving judge wants this just as bad as Joey Lopez wants the BISD bond to pass. Margie, thank you for your comment. I'm torn. I'm torn because, again, this is a double-edged sword. In regards, let me first address BISD. The BISD bond currently at stake is $300, close to $400 million bond that could potentially go to the voters to vote. We are in dire need of facilities to be maintained. We are at competition with the likes of Ideas, Jubilees, Harmonies, charter schools, Idea, and now the Elon Musk school. And I want you to close your eyes. Think about BISD. Think about all the negative attention that has happened. Former board member found guilty of fraud, of bribery. BISD is closing schools. There's all these grievances, all these complaints. We've lost close to 20,000 students. I remember one time it was 50,000. Now we're lucky to be a little over 30, and that's being gracious. I think we're possibly looking into high 20s of enrollment. So I know you're going to get mad, Margie, but we do need this bond. And I know people are reluctant to give politicians hundreds of millions of dollars because we could all see it. We could close our eyes and see it. They're salivating. All this money, all these contracts. But why do we need this? Because of poor management, because of poor leadership. What have we seen from BISD as of late? Why do we continue to have a need for HVACs? Why do we need to keep on spending on buildings, on our maintenance? Because board members that have been there, not this term, not the previous term, but years before, haven't addressed this issue. Who's been on the board more than once? Who's been on the board more than 4 years? Who's been on the board more than 8 years? Those individuals are the ones that I blame. Because again, they're just writing checks, and they come back and say, oh no, we need to be fiscally responsible. Well, why haven't there been an accounting? Okay, we spend this much money. What have we done? That is one thing that is the reason why BISD is hemorrhaging money. And I hate to use this word. We're bleeding money. Why? Because of poor leadership. Again, I'm not talking about board members now. They're blaming current facilities chair Jessica Gonzalez for not addressing this issue. This isn't Jessica Gonzalez's problem. Board member Jessica Gonzalez's problem. Who's been on the board previously? Who served more than one term? Those individuals are the ones that need to be held accountable. We need to ask those board members, why are you not being a gatekeeper for the community? That's my position. We need to compete with other schools. Elon Musk is coming up with a school. Idea. They're all gas, no brakes. They're eating our lunch. They're taking our students left and right. These charter schools. So BISD needs something. We need to be sexy again. I'm bringing sexy back. Could that be with a $300 million bond? $400 million bond? And I know I could hear you already. No, hombre, Frankie. You're saying that you want the politicos to have control contracts. That's a big issue. But again, BISD needs to compete. We do need our facilities to be updated, and we do need to hold our board members more accountable. Higher property taxes and gentrification. That is what's going to happen, because at the end of the day, that is what is going to be affecting us. And here, this is what I got in the mail. It says, vote for the venue. You pay, you pass, they pay, we play. And look at the points here. It says the venue tax is an existing tax that is collected from hotels, motel owners, and rental car companies. The tax rate will not change. The venue tax is a transient tax that is paid primarily by visitors and tourism. A vote for results is an arena becoming a designated venue project. Vote early. Vote April 22nd. Are we going to pay for it? Are we going to see a change in our property values? I say yes. We may not pay for it directly, but ultimately it is going to affect us by us paying higher taxes. It's going to increase our property values. Why? Because you have now an arena. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I may not be the smartest, but I think I know a thing here too. Of course it does. Those that say it doesn't are in his pockets. Ouch. He'll say anything for the yes. Already gave Boca Chica away. Do you really think he's taking our best interest? Don't trust. Don't trust, but verify. Everybody that does something has an agenda, has their own MO, has their interests. But Frankie, we can have indoor graduations. Graduations is kind of like, yeah, man, like, you know, I understand. Oh, I graduated. Again, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but they're making a big deal. Oh, my family's not gonna go see me graduate. Oh my God. Get a job. Go to college. Once you graduate from college, then your family could. Now, before growing up, for me, My grandparents were like, man, you need to get a high school diploma. You need to get a high school diploma. Now it's like, man, you need a doctorate to survive. Now, for sure, you need a master's to be competitive. Because back in the day, remember, all you needed was a GED. All you needed was a high school diploma. So I'm not really worried about high school. And again, it's great, yay. But for all those individuals out there, all those young teens, go into a trade school, become a realtor, be an insurance agent. The best $300 investment that I ever made was that on my license for the state of Texas, and another $300 for the state of California. That is the best investment that I have made, $300. And I could have done this coming out of high school. I should have done this coming out of high school. I'm proud to say that I have a bachelor's and a master's. Am I using it? No. My master's cost me 16 grand and it's hanging up on my grandparents' wall. Am I using it? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But I'm not too worried about high school. I hope that we, again, it's a great accomplishment, blah, blah, blah. But college, masters, doctorates, think about that. When will it be built? As soon as you vote yes or no. As soon as you vote yes, Vela. Good morning, Silvia. How's it going? Hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Expanding income streams so we are not dependent on property taxes is one of the best ways to fight rising property taxes. And that's a great way to look at it because geographically speaking, we can't compete with McAllen. We can't compete with Hidalgo. Think about all the big names that I just mentioned. Karim León, Fuerza Régida, Tito Doble P, Peso Pluma, big name artists, celebrities that are recognized worldwide are traveling, are performing in Hidalgo at the Pain Arena. Do we need more revenues? Do we need more streams of income, Commissioner De Los Santos, in order for us to stay afloat, not to be dependent on property taxes? Also, an interesting thing, I don't know how soon this would be, but there have been talks about eliminating property taxes. I'm not sure if, and again, this is something that's going to happen down the road, but Florida, Governor DeSantis, I think he even brought up the idea. Elon Musk has said that that's theft. I'm not sure if the state of Texas will agree with that. At the end of the day, our schools are primarily funded with property taxes. Vouchers are coming in. That's going to change the game. But I think we're going to see in the near future that we're going to go away from property taxes. There even talks about eliminating the income tax. And I know I'm getting carried away, but expanding incomes of stream. That way we won't be dependent on property taxes, because property taxes, everyone can agree, they're too high. It would be more centrally located. True. But if the city focus on bringing attention, monies to downtown, you think people are going to go downtown? Again, this is going to be in the hub between San Benito, Los Fresnos, Rancho, Brownsville. You think people coming from this way, from up north, you think they're going to go down all the way to Brownsville, to downtown Brownsville? No, they're just going to stay at the arena. Is it centrally located? Yeah, it is. But also, what about the convention center for San Benito? The venue for San Benito? We're at odds. And there's no communication. Again, who's going to win? Who's going to blink first? That's the more important issue. What happened to the sports park and the money wasted on that? What was it, Margie? Was it $30 million or $60 million? Or was it 10? It was something where you're like, man, I don't see $30 million here. Pura tierra at the sports park. It's not properly maintained. They have had state championships, if I'm not mistaken. I know they have Brownsville FC and things like that, but for the most part, it's not being utilized as much as I would think. But you're absolutely right. Was there mismanagement at the sports park? many argue that yes. TSC Performing Arts Center went way over budget. I don't remember the budget back then set at one point, but that's the way it always works, Vela. Contractors are always say, "Oh, it's $1 million, it's $100." But then once they finish, like, you know what? It's more like 170, 180. Se me fue la mano. It always goes like that. But we can all agree that the TSC Performing Arts Center is beautiful. It really is. I want BISD to have something similar. We will be talking about BISD very soon. I'm just waiting for the city elections to come and go. And we will be talking about the TRE, the Performing Arts Center, and other things pertaining to BISD. But in my opinion, Vela, the TSC Performing Arts Center is beautiful. It's all greed driven. They are taking advantage of Brownsville residents that don't know any better. Es porque tú no sabes. You're not smart. You need this venue, Yalo. You need this venue. I know. You shot it down twice, but you know what? I'm doing what's best for you. Here, toma, take it. Toma tu leche. So it seems like it, right? Venue tax, yes. The visitors tax. The venue will be paid through the visitors tax, which encompasses Isla Blanca, the beach accesses, hotels, motels, and car rentals. That is how the money. That is how they're building up their coffers. So did Sports Park. Yeah, Sports Park. I think it was 30 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. It was like 30 million if I'm not mistaken. And I think they did sell a part to Hyundai. Maybe they got their money back, or was it Toyota? Maybe they got some money back, or maybe they weren't even the owners of that. Gee, I'm not sure. Guys, hilarious. All lies, man. Puras mentiras tuyas, bro. Sports Park went way over budget. If somebody could give me those numbers, that data. I don't have the Sports Park data. I want to say that it's $30 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. They planned that community with a plan to help themselves, or why else would they develop that fast? Come on, guys, wake up. And the Madeira project has been in the works for a while, and they finally convinced the city of Brownsville to annex that area. Some people stated, well, you do know that that the Sanchez, that the developer for Madeira, gave Mayor Cowan a handsome donation. Look, he's all over his reports. It goes hand in hand. I guess that's the way the world turns in the city of Brownsville. I'll give you a couple thousand, you give me 90 million. Hey, it all works out. $100 million in tourism. Brownsville needs to focus on streets, repair, and street design for future traffic flow. No, because that money goes back to the sales tax that goes to GBIG. $5 to $6 million goes to GBIG, BCIC. And what do? They give it to their friends. It's not like they could spend it on the infrastructure. And that's their excuse. Oh, no. These monies are collected, but we can't spend it on infrastructure. We can't better our roads. We can't work on drainage. We can't work on traffic flow. Why don't we do it? Again, I understand the laws. I understand some of the laws of the lingo, but why don't we advocate for that? Instead of our monies being given to politicos, that way they can revitalize downtown to increase their property values. Why don't we make it into where we have somebody fight to where these monies will be to improve the quality of life for residents in the city of Brownsville by working and improving our infrastructure? Maybe that's what we need, because again, the thing is, we can't spend this money only on tourism, why don't we make it a point to where, hey, we can take some money for projects? If Elon gives me $1 million, I would vote yes. Bro, if he gives me a 6-pack and some Funyuns, it's a done deal, bro. Tell him to come on my show. Yeah, I've been calling and calling. Vato. Voicemail. Sácate, Elon. None of us like the way our leadership operates. None of us. Tell him, Kati. Good morning. Elon is too busy playing White House. Have you heard that they're trying to kick him out? Everybody's pissed off at Elon Musk for being a part of Doge. I think it's time. I think President Trump is and everybody knows President Trump. You know, nobody could be higher than him. Nobody could get more attention than him. But now he met his match with Daddy Musk. I think now President Trump is kind of like, okay, thank you. You've done your job. Now go work on your six six companies that you have to work with. But Elon Musk should be out of the White House very soon. I think that's in the near future. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. For being the third time on the ballot? Possibly. Say no to the arena venue. Don't say arena because people are going to get confused, Kati. Say no to the venue. Crappy murals, Pepto-Bismol wall, ugly Faro mural, could have done much better. Hospital? Something. I remember when the Pepto wall came up, we're like, what the heck is that? It looked like a Saved by the Bell type of cafeteria type of vibe. Like, this is BTEX Brownsville. I was like, no, somos raza. We're not BTEX. I wonder what Gascos and Erasmo would think. They would say no. Erasmo was a big proponent of making sure that BISD had his performing arts center. That was his number one goal. Again, the TRE, you've been collecting taxes from the constituents, from the residents since what, 2014, 2015, 2016? Where has that money gone? The people need results. We need a performing arts center. Erasmo would have said no to the venue, no to the arena, not until BISD gets its first. That's what he would have said. Business people know how to operate correctly. Brownsville leadership mindset is kickbacks in every entity, county, city, BISD, and college. And the beat, Gatti, goes on. Refresh me about Madeira, like the restaurant? No. Madeira is a new development that has been annexed by the city of Brownsville. And again, this is located in North Brownsville. Like if you're going towards Rancho, like if you're going towards San Benito, like if you're going to Los Fresnos, it is over 100 acres that the city gave $90 million, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. And their idea is right before the Pulga exit, if I'm not mistaken. And their idea, this Madeira idea, is that it will be the new hub. It's going to be the new Rancho Viejo. It's going to be the new Fufi's place. They're going to have house development. They're going to have restaurants. They're going to have plazas. They're going to have entertainment. And now, with the venue arena on the ballot, they're going to have a venue right next door. So just imagine, their value is going to increase mucho más. So no, it's not the restaurant. It's the development project. You were married? Yes, married back in 2012. Do you have children? Not that I know of. I shouldn't say that in public, but I'm kidding. Do we need this? Are you not entertained? Do we need this? How does the community feel? Do you want a venue to be built? Do we trust our politicos? Why are we spending money in Hidalgo County? Stop traveling out of Cameron County to attend concerts. Let's build the arena. Let's bring the concerts to us. At the end of the day, they say, if you build it, they will come. We don't need the arena or the venue. $5 for a burger and a Coke? $5? See. Thank you for bringing this up. Good morning, Ms. Simpson. Happy Tuesday. Let us know how the beautiful people of Harlingen are doing today. I know y'all are up in arms against the mayor, and I've been trying to keep up to date with it. Let me know what's going on. I would love to speak with you to learn more about the dynamics of Harlingen. I'm always looking to expand my reach, and if there's any way that I can help, maybe we can collaborate, work on something. That way we bring about the positive change that people in Harlingen are searching for. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. Of course, we want to see the county progress. Who doesn't? Elon Musk, girl, you haven't heard of it? $20 million are going to be built on Boca Chica Beach, or around Boca Chica Beach. $20 million. And the school's name is Astrofat, or am I fat? No, I'm not fat. Something with an A. But yes, $20 million Elon Musk school is going to happen. You see people running on this stream and they stay quiet. Come on and speak. I'll vote for you if you speak the truth. Speak it. If that's the case, Frank, they should get rid of the overpaid, useless administration. Ooh, Too soon, too soon. Hey, I'm trying to work it in, but once I come in with guns blazing and say, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, pues nadie me va a dar chance. But you got to come with honey and speak words of, oh, everything is A-okay at BISD in the city and the county. Let me slither my way in, nice and juicy. And then moco, 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 moco. Got to be smart about it. Be smart about your words. Don't be torn. BISD bond will not help the students. We are out. We were at 56,000. We're down to 36,000. Let's not toot the horn. My cousin's messaging me. I'm not sure if he's watching. South Padre Island. Present the camera venue tax. It would add the arena. Oh, he did send me something. Let me upload it. Thank you, Primo, for sending me this. So again, the county commissioners are for it. Again, are we seeing the cha-ching, 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 cha-ching? The big bucks? Probably. Let me see what my cousin sent me. And then this one, I gotta open it. Let me see. Let's see. He sent me a link. Let's see what it has to say. South Padre Island holds special meeting. The city of Harlingen, the city of South Padre will hold a special meeting March 19th. Oh, this already happened. Spring break venues, independent. Oh, I think you sent me because of the condo. Oops, my bad, George. My bad, Primo. But here it is. Okay, I have something here. Let me see. Let me present it to you because he wanted me to show y'all. Here it is. Sofia Benavides, Cameron County Commissioner, presented the Cameron County Venue Tax Arena Project, which would add the arena project to the already existing Cameron County Venue Tax. According to Commissioner Benavides, the UTRGV has pledged to utilize the arena for commencement rehearsal, graduation, students in the Brownsville location. The council approved of this. Again, we have county commissioners working hard. We have developers that desperately want this to pass because it is going to increase their profits. Old or new? I don't know. ¿Quién mandaste this? It says March 19th. Well, it's kind of new. Kind of new, kind of old. I'll take a look at it after. I think it's more towards the island. Yo ando en todo. Brownsville, Harlingen, la isla. Bond for what? They can't even keep students enrolled. Si quieren feria y luego lo malgasten. Y no, hombre, es un relajo. Just say no. We voted once, voted twice, and can be a third time. Just say no. Dare. So you're throwing stones at Carlos? Stones at Carlos? Oh, in regards to former board members? Well, this is his second term. I think he served a previous term. Minera Peña has been on the board for 20 plus years. They talk about mismanagement. They talk about misappropriation of funds. They talk about the maintenance HVACs that they're always spending and spending. Why haven't they've been more vocal about this? So I'm speaking. I'm throwing stones at former board members that have been there previously that are now crying wolf. Doge it. Poor leadership that keeps getting voted in by the people. Voting mafias. Frankie, let's get it correct. Do you realize that RN is a director for maintenance? That in itself is a downfall. Vote no for the venue. We don't need it and we will not benefit from it. Preach. Edinburgh can't even pack their place during concerts. That building will just become like a city sports complex. Many have argued that. All you need is big lips and a big nose in Brownsville. Brown noses and kissing butt will get you places. They don't even pack their arena. Tell them. Give us some numbers, Roy. No, it's not centrally located. Centrally located for Upper Brownsville, maybe. The RGV is growing, especially Brownsville. People will go downtown and people will attend concerts here if there is an arena. It's called change orders when they hike up the prices during construction. Almighty dollar. Yes, I am ready to talk about BISD. Let's do it. The fact is that it's not coming from taxpayer money. It's coming from the venue tax, the tourism. People, let's make sure we vote it down again. Tell them, yes, about $30 million. I am getting it. Get it, boy. Get it. Get it. Madeira project will benefit a few. Poquitos. 35 millions and millions. That is why we are in the situation we're in. DeSantis is rolling back child labor laws, and if Texas follows, we won't need an arena for graduations. Haven't heard of that. Hey, Brownsville, Eddie T doesn't give a chite. If your house was flooded, make sure you vote for his big pocket projects. Talking about the people of Harlingen. Miss Simpson, are you watching, Miss Simpson? I know the people of Harlingen, Rio Hondo, Upper Cameron County was dissatisfied when with Judge Eddie Trevino saying, you want solutions or you want a beach? Remember when he said that famous video? He doesn't give a chite if you lose your home. Oh, yeah, your cars. Turning Brownsville into a coloring book does not help anybody. If you put lipstick on a pig, Lopez, va a ser un marrano todavía. 33 million over 20 years. Just found info. It was passed in January of 2003. What is this exactly? If you could just very quickly. Where is the feasibility for this project? They didn't have one to present to the city the last time. I have not seen or heard anyone asking for this. If it's out there, please share. And I think that's what the Republican Party attorney alluded to, that there's no data being used to corroborate with this project. There's not somebody saying, look, this is feasible, because in 10, 20, 30 years, I haven't seen it. And again, that video is old. That video is 2 years old. Have there been data presented in those 2-3 years today? Possibly. But you make a great point, Simpson. We don't see the data. Will it sustain itself? Would it compete with Payne Arena? Because again, are we going to take, that's competition, right? Whenever you build something, you build it because something is beneficial. It's worth it. There's money there. Whenever you build a taco place, you expect for people that go to other taco places to come to your taco place. That's business, right? Capitalism. Same thing. Are we going to build an arena, a venue, an event center that's going to steal people away from Payne Arena? Are we going to be able to attract those big name artists, those big name celebrities? Does this work? I haven't gotten that information. Madeira is a new hole for the ratas. Tú lo dijiste, Enrique. Yo no, eh? The money for BISD Performing Arts Center was used inappropriately, and now the current board is looking for funds to build it. The funds are included in the bond, and we are needing to vote it up and down. Again, the only way I will support the bond, again, I understand that there is a need to invest in BISD. I understand people's reluctance to giving politicos hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts. I understand it. But the only way I will support and encourage my community to support a bond for BISD, the only way is if there is a performing arts center. That's the caveat. ¿Me van a cobrar 300, 400 mil bolas? Quiero performing arts center. Si no, I don't like those artists. Many people do. They're known internationally, worldwide. Many people do. All the one that wanted this approved are getting a cut. I guarantee it. You said it. Ad Astra. That's the name. That's the name of Elon Musk school. Ad Astra. $20 million facility. And you can just imagine. You think the people, you think the chuntaros from Brownsville, you think they're going to want to go to BISD or they're going to want to go to Papi Musk? So BISD is in an uphill battle in the near future, because again, we're competing with Charter, Idea. All these schools are eating our lunch, and then para acabarla, Daddy Elon Musk. It's gonna be hard. Elon Musk is moving quickly, and he has his mindset on the time of the essence, mindset of let's get it done. Vámonos. Totally not GAT. I'm not sure what GAT is. It should be a City of Brownsville project then. The county should not be getting in debt and using county funds to promote one city. I think the idea is, and that they're trying to say that, well, it's going to benefit Los Fresnos, it's going to benefit San Benito, which it's going to affect San Benito, of course, because San Benito is trying to build their own convention center. They're trying to build their own arena. So it's hard for them to promote this as being beneficial for the county as a whole. And again, just to clarify, according to Judge Eddie Trevino, no county funds. Oh, they're using county funds to promote it. There is a Cameron County now that encourages you to vote yes. So I would imagine, Simpson, I would imagine these developers of using their own money to promote, of trying to get the vote out. I don't think county funds are. We have the county commissioners being big proponents on it, but I don't think that county funds are being used to promote it. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. BISD kids should all leave and get with us at IDEA. We got our thing down over here. Oh yeah. All these commissioners need to fix those roads, bro. Out here focuses on venues. Listen to the people. Listen to my people. Stop comparing Brownsville to McAllen. We don't want to be a mega illegal money laundering center. Yeah, we do. Look at their economy. It's booming. Remember during the early 90s where Matamoros had all these narco money and they invested in Brownsville? Brownsville was like popping. Now it's McAllen. I think Brownsville would like for the illegal money laundering center, for Brownsville to be that new illegal money laundering center. Musk's ideology is an anti-egalitarian, anti-democratic, neo-reactionary group. All of our politicians are inspired by him. It's like being inspired by Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes, the one that was recently arrested because of her, what was it, Tucker? Her blood that she was able to test for something, right? It was a fraud, right? It was, I think that's who Elizabeth Holmes is. She should be getting out very soon. Yes, Simpson. Reach out to me. I'd like to speak with you. Jason knows of some skeletons that existed and still exist in BISD. Talk to us, Moody. They are quick to say millions and millions, but will backtrack and not say your taxes will not be raised. Why? Because they will continue to screw us. Send me all your bank info so I can pay your tax overage. That appraisal districts keep increasing on my property. Ya somos dos. There is no feasibility study. All we get is a lip service. Tú nomás vota que sí, ya. No data, no nothing. Vote yes. Screw us. Musk is an inspiration to our politicians. They all want to be billionaires. So expect nothing but corruption, lies, money, and power. Damn it, boy. Thunderfoot on YouTube gives an example after example of what a con man Musk is. Send me the link. I'd like to follow. Chingo Bling is coming. Woo! The ostrich boots. Well, I've been not into that Spanish music culture. Sucks. Some people do. If it's not on paper, it didn't happen. All you guys running for office need to fight for us. We are tired of all these elected officials that only want our vote to get something out of it. You took advantage of the older generation, but not me. Very well stated. And that is the goal and purpose for us coming on every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. We want to continue the legacy that our former predecessor left for the city of Brownsville. He was a big advocate for the city, for the school district, and he always wanted to give the people its fair share. For far too long, politicos have been taking what is ours, and they've benefited from it handsomely. That is something, Yalo, that we hope to continue to come on every morning, talk about the important issues that are affecting our everyday lives. That way, our constituents have a clear vision of what's at stake. Does it benefit us moving forward? I am trying to be Brownsville's champion. That is my goal. I will be actively involved in local politics because I want to be that voice. I want to be that champion for Brownsville and Cameron County. And I hope to serve in that capacity for each and every one of you. Performing arts is not going to solve BISD's problems. Current BISD board members and administration has no vision and lack of true leadership. And the beat goes on. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for your time and your attention. My name is Frankie Olivo. It is Tuesday, April the 8th, 10:14 a.m. We did go a little bit over. I do have production in my ear screaming, you got to get off. You got to get off. They're charging us for those 14 extra minutes. Things that I do for you. The Cameron County Commissioner's Court is pushing for a venue. Is this something that here, residents of Brownsville, Cameron County residents, is this something that we need? This is coming up for election for the third time It narrowly lost twice. I anticipate, on the record, I am not in favor of this arena. I want Brownsville ISD to build this performing arts center. On the record, I do not support this venue. What I do anticipate happening is that this venue will pass. Millions and millions of dollars are at stake. Lots of people will get high on the hog. Lots of people will benefit from this. Do I anticipate this happening? Yes, I anticipate this passing because, again, they've been relentless. Not once, not twice. What happens if it gets denied a third time? They're going to keep coming back for more because they know what's at stake. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. Remember, every day, Monday through Friday, will be here in front of you as long as you allow me to. I find great pleasure in knowing that I'm doing something that helps contribute to the cause. Little by little, you and I will make sure that Brownsville is that city on the hill that that we deserve to be on. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page. Send the stars, hombre. Pa las cocas. Have a good day. Y'all have a good day. See you whenever I see you. Peace.